Hi, this is Susanna Corbett. Thanks for downloading Step and Son.
Hello and welcome to Step and Son, a podcast based at Mews Cottage, 26A, Aldrum Lane, Shepherd's Bush. This is the home of the world's most famous rag and bowmen, or as Harold would say,
Salvage Recovery Operative.
My name's Darren.
And I'm his co-host Si, also known as Two of the Three Comedians podcast that we co-host along with the amazing Tom from One Foot in the Podcast.
We hope you enjoy listening. Please check out the pod on Spotify, Insta, Twitter and all other platforms.
Hi, mate. You all right?
Evening, Si. How are you doing? You okay?
Yeah, I'm all right, mate. How you doing?
Good, yeah. What's that next? Is that a Captain Kirk cushion?
Captain Kirk, mate. Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
They've had a sale on at Zavvi.
So, did it? Oh, you've been
online sort of like, what do you call it? Gadgets and stuff like that. So I thought, I quite fancy that for the man cave.
Yeah, they do
as
some
well.
good stuff on there.
Yeah, it's all right, isn't it? Yeah, get some decent Lego prices every now and then, and a few Blu-rays and what have you. So, yeah, no, not bad at all.
It's a nerd's paradise, isn't it?
It is, mate. Yeah,
Good,
yeah.
Well, good. I'm loving the boom arm you got on the go there.
What's that? Sorry, the
boom arm, boom in.
Oh yeah, boom. Well, I'm on the new laptop, so hopefully it's all a little bit clearer now. So, yeah, seems to be better. I can't tell from here. But does the picture look better?
Yeah,
it's a little bit light, isn't it? But...
Yeah, it's quite bright in the background, so I think it's that's probably affected. But it's definitely better than your other one.
Oh yeah, mate.
Oh yeah, that's good. No, I was just going through some of the photos, mate, just to explain. People who listen to our avid listeners who listen to the last pod. I think we released it early July, so we interviewed Gary Brannan, didn't we?
This started, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, it was Gary Brannan, the head of archives at the Borthwick Institute of the University of York. So we got chatting to him, didn't we? And he invited us up to York to have a look at the archives. And 2 weeks ago, yesterday or Tuesday, was it, that we both went up there?
Yeah, it was a Tuesday, wasn't it? Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
We met up on the road trip.
Yeah, a bit further for you than for me, but it was great, wasn't it? I hopefully. Well, we'll discuss it in a second, won't we? But yeah, hopefully others want to go and see it. Then do get in touch with the Borthwick Institute because there's such a gold mine of stuff there, isn't there, to have a look at?
I think it's the GoFundMe was called In It Marvelous, wasn't it? I think we plugged it a few times on the last one, and so they kind of saving the Galton Simpson archives really that could go to private ownership at a private auction, and potentially just sit in someone's basement for 10 years when they could be as they are on display. So anyone who's in that area, I'd definitely say go, drop Gary an email, perhaps go across and have a look. But it was I think it was about 4 and a bit hours the drive up there for me. But we stayed overnight, didn't we? So I stayed in the
you had a chance to look around York, didn't you? Which is a great city. Yeah, got a lot of love for York. Never actually spent a long time there. My wife went to university there for a short time, but whenever I've been, I've had a great time. And it's just one of those places. Just got a lot going for it, and lots of nice scenery and nice people. So it
was really good. Yeah, we took I took the missus and the kids. We all went up, so we did overnight. But the city is. I really want to go back there again because it was like we couldn't explore all of it really because it was 30 degrees and we had the dog with us and stuff. So I was trying to make sure he didn't overheat. Bless him. But no, we did the dungeons. That was amazing.
Nice.
The York dungeons, the live actors is full on.
Never actually done one of them, I'll be honest. I've seen them in London. I've been to London a few times. Bloody London.
It's from what I've read and what people have said, York dungeons are better. Right. I've always wanted to do London dungeons, but apparently York is better because, as we walked in, there was a woman come out dressed in like Victorian gear, and she went, "Good morning, peasants." I thought, oh, this is got to be good.
Yeah, it sets the tone, doesn't it? Yeah.
And you go in, they take these pictures, and there's a green screen behind you, and I was thinking, oh God, what's this going to be? So he got us to hold these like pretend axes and stuff. And they green screen like a battleground behind you.
Yeah.
And then they sort of sell you it at the end. But no, it's brilliant. Like you go sort of each level you go down is a different period of history. So there's it's like the Victorian era, and it was sort of a haunted house. Then it was the Vikings. Then it was like the battle between York and Lancaster. And yeah, it's brilliant. It's very interactive. I won't spoil all it because there's some big jump scares in it.
Right.
No,
Okay.
it was well worth the money. Yeah.
Yeah. Sounds good.
But we
Sounds
did that the next day because the first day we went up was we went to the archive, didn't we?
Well, we'd been given the PDF of everything that Gary and his team have sort of tagged and labelled, haven't they?
Yeah, they did well. Yeah,
Wow, there's so much stuff, isn't there? You're talking 40 years, 50 years, maybe longer. How long they were active as writers and creating sitcoms and other such stuff. So we had to narrow it down, didn't we? We couldn't have everything, which is fair enough. It was quite a lot of stuff to get through. We wouldn't have had time, would we? Really, you need probably a sort of whole weekend or week or whatever to get through it. But
I think we did 2 hours in that time. I think we held held the original script for The Offer, the pilot of Steptoe, with handwritten notes on there.
Yeah,
handwritten notes.
Special,
my mind was blown.
That was very, very special. I mean.
This is the actual audio of us at the Borthwick Institute going to the archives. Well, bloody hell, it is actual script, isn't it? It's just,
it's
God.
history there.
There ain't so much junk about these days. I was shouting. I got a sore throat shouting. And I'm cold, so don't start. Imagine being there for this, like in the audience.
Oh gosh, yeah, you wouldn't know what you were seeing.
No.
You Galton Simpson were known for Hancock, but
yeah. Oh, I can see the bleeding they've added in.
This is what Tom went to see, wouldn't he? He went to see the stage show of this.
Yeah, the murder at Old Drum Lane.
So he'd have seen all of this, which is fantastic.
Yeah, I like this. so this is The Offer. Someone's like handwritten over it. Chaise longs being unloaded. They grunt with exertion, finish with a bonk as they put it to the ground. Just like the little
nuances in it that just make it like.
Oh, Albert goes, "What good's that? Look at it. Half the stuffing's missing." Harold, that's your precious ulcer that did that. Wired it down on the pavement, went to pay the woman. Greedy guts had his great choppers stuck into it.
Amazing.
He always struggled that horse, didn't he? Harold's going, gosh, he lunged at me today again. Nearly had my hand off. He always like... It's something about that horse he just struggled with, isn't he?
Oh, definitely. Yeah, you talk about like sort of the beginning of a great sitcom. That's it, isn't it? In there, it's like kind of typed and then annotated afterwards. That's the real deal, isn't it? That's not just a.
But it's in the script as well. I always wondered because where Harry H. Corbett cries at the end, that is in the script. Because I think it's quite often quoted that he came up with that bit, but I think because he actually cried was what shocked people, and even sort of Wilf Bramble looks a bit sort of, oh God,
Yeah, that's it. And it was you could just tell that the pages were slightly yellow, weren't they? It was kind of like definitely a very old document that had been well kept, been well preserved.
Oh, excellent.
And when Gary said that all this stuff had been in his cellar, I thought, okay, some of this might be damp or damaged, but I guess it was all airtight or whatever, because it has stood the test of time.
Didn't he say it came from? Was it Alan Simpson's cellar?
Yeah.
Because he'd been out to their house, hadn't he? The massive house.
Yeah, which, but like I say, it could easily have been in filing cabinets or steel boxes or what have you. Some of the interesting stuff was the correspondence between Tessa LaBarge, who was their agent, and some of the overseas sales, wasn't it? Like just
that's true, yeah.
So it went, and this was in the 80s and 90s. Good 20 years after it stopped airing. Stopped being made. Sorry, people were still buying it. The word of mouth got round lots of different countries, TV stations, and it was just interesting to see the process of that. Just in general, if you want to know how a sitcom is sold across the world, then that's a real eye opener. You kind of get so many episodes, you pay a fee for it, you can show them perhaps once or twice, and then that's it. But they'll send out samples of the scripts or what have you, which again, it's just really interesting. Interesting job.
It did blow my mind a bit because we know we obviously went to America, Sanford and Son, and I think it went to Holland as Stuyfbean and Son or something like that. But like other countries, like it was Australia. I think there was some. Would it go to Egypt? I'm sure there was a correspondence between Egypt and
Germany,
just places you wouldn't
Israel.
expect. Yeah,
Israel. Yeah, was
but I
just
suppose
kind of
the
very
beauty
random
of it
stuff.
is sort of the characters, working class characters sort of grafting and trying to make their way in sort of a bit like a Del Boy thing. So, but that sort of you get in every country, I suppose.
Yeah, you do. That's true. It does translate itself across, doesn't it? The idea of conflict and family and struggling to get by. It's in any walk of life, isn't it? I suppose so.
And
Yeah.
also Spooner's Patch.
Oh, so that was a
You were loving that bit.
personal favorite of mine. And if anyone's listening and heard of Spooner's Patch, then I hope then great stuff. I mean, I love it. I think it's fantastic. But it was just interesting to see the original pilot episode. To give very brief potted history, it had 3 actors played Spooner in total over the 3 years it was on the air. They did a pilot with Ian Bannon, and they did a series with his cough, the chap's name I've forgotten. Will come back to me, I'm sure. And then Donald Churchill took over. So, it was interesting. But the same episode was sort of made, I think, twice at least. I'd be honest, that's one thing I'd go back and look a bit more at, bit more. I mean, a little more extensive.
If we had more time, because there was, like you said, actual scripts, and there was filming locations, and
that's it.
There was
that
sort of
was
like
a real treat, because I've spotted, I've on Google Maps worked out where they filmed Spooner, but then it was like they actually showed where the maps from the time showed where the golf club was and stuff, and you think, oh, it's not that far then, is it? And it was really interesting, wasn't it, to see like that this is the call time for makeup. This is how you're going to get there. You're leaving the hotel at this time. You're filming this and this and this.
Yeah,
It's all
filming
there, wasn't it?
schedules.
Great.
Yeah, really shocked me. Like these, well, when we're going to talk about it in a minute, but the filming schedule, like they'll start at 10:30 in the morning, and do rehearsals and stuff and all these different things, script read throughs, and then they don't start filming till 8, 8:30 at night.
Yeah,
And you think that's a full on day, isn't it?
It is a full on day
anyone.
for the cast and crew, isn't it? And I mean, they say with filming, there's a lot of waiting around, isn't there?
Yeah.
You're
The
fairly
lighting's not right, or it starts raining or something, or
yeah, that's it. If you're a fairly big actor, you get somewhere to sit.
trailer or something, or
Yeah, trailer like Den Perry and Phoenix Nights. I'll be in my
trailer. He's got a trailer. Yeah, yeah.
But if you're just a run of the mill actor, with all due respect, you got to sit around and wait, haven't you? That's it.
Just, what was it? Brian Potter, he goes, "You just shout cut, and I'll do the rest."
Yeah,
It just reminds me of
that. So funny. So good. Yeah, no, that did. As soon as I read that, I was reading. I thought, yeah. So just general insights, and I'm sure there's much more Steptoe related stuff to do with filming. It was great to read the film script, wasn't it, and to see the sort of versions of the film, because that went through several script changes and things like that.
And Murder at Aldrum Lane, it was at the
actual.
I
mean, how many drafts did that go through? Gosh, it did change the name as well. I think it wasn't called that originally. And
what was it? 2005.
Let's have a look.
We took quite a few photos. So what I'm going to do is as long as we get permission, we're going to put them all on the socials. Instagram, Twitter.
Yeah.
So I'll put a link when we release the pod. But I mean. So Murder at Aldrum Lane. It was actually in a blue. Just looking out, he's in like a blue. I suppose we call it a folder pamphlet. It's got Tesla Bar's agent and the actual script. So it was by Ray Galton and John Antrobus.
It was called The Wasted Years. That was it.
That's it. The Wasted Years.
2003. That was I've got the 2003 version here. I'm sure if you put them side by side, you'd see things that were changed, which is normal part of anything, isn't it? Really, you'd have different revisions of it. But Yeah, so John Antrobus, he's fairly prolific writer, done quite a lot of stuff, and obviously we said, him and Alan Simpson had retired by that point. Still remained friends, but I think with his blessing, Ray Antrobus took over as the sort of co-writer. It's interesting. Ray Galton didn't feel. Was it Ray Antrobus? No, John Antrobus, wasn't it?
John Antrobus, yeah.
Sorry. Interesting.
But
Ray didn't feel confident enough to write it on his own. I thought after all those years he might have felt that was okay. Maybe there's something else to it.
yeah,
I don't know. Maybe
perhaps it
feels like
was.
he needs someone to bounce off. But
Perhaps it was more. I'm sure I read something. It was more sort of John Antrobus's idea to resurrect it.
oh, okay, all right.
I'm sure that's where it came about.
Then, yeah.
Yeah, whenever we got involved, but yeah, we like I said, we read through the script of that, and I think I made a couple of audio clips as well, so hopefully we'll cut these in. But yeah, it was excellent, and that was another thing that stood out to me was Spooner's Patch because I've seen the pilot. I haven't watched the series yet, but one thing I noticed on the script was William G. Stewart's name come up.
Yeah,
That's a blast from the past.
it is, isn't it? Because he had a whole different sort of career as a game show host, wasn't he?
Yeah,
15
to 1.
But before that, he wrote not wrote, but he produced and directed. I think he did. You ever watched Bless This House with Sid James?
Yeah.
He did a lot of those.
wow.
He did Spooners. I think he did other ones as well. So he was like a sort of go-to comedy director, for ITV. He worked sort of whatever it was.
Surprised me that because I've only, like I said, it just reminds me of coming home from school and
Yeah.
15 to 1 being on and William G.
Yeah.
Stewart. Yeah, so and he
He
was
married
getting on then.
This is going off the track here a bit, but he was married to the girl in Bless This House, the daughter. I think she was a
Oh,
little
was
bit
he?
younger than him. But
Yeah.
they got married in real life. So whether he
Fair
met her
play.
on set, I don't know. But I'm sure that's right. I just made that up. I'm sure. I'm just not fish that out of my brain somewhere. But yeah, so lots to look at, wasn't there? Really.
Oh, there's and I think, like I said, because Gary couldn't be there because I think he was on annual leave and it was the only week we could do. But he did say about he sent me a few of them. These photos of
that's right.
when they were making the film, sort of backstage, behind the scenes photos and actual canned film footage. The old school. I think I can't remember what millimeter it was, but the actual metal can things that they used to keep
35
them
mil
in.
film. Yeah.
That's a proper treasure trove. The stuff that we asked him to get out, they got everything out, and that took up 2 hours. So I think if we'd have asked, we probably could have delved deeper, but I think we were a bit like, after we could spend all day there.
Yeah, now this is it. Kind of very something you can really spend some time and delve into. And the great, it's great that they've done it. Really, as you say, it could have gone into the hands of a private collector.
Well, that's what I mean. Like nothing against that, but it could just sit in someone's basement, for the next 10, 20 years, and
I mean, the whole thing was free for us, really, other than paying £10, wasn't it, for a photo license, I guess you could call it, to take photos. But you only need one per person or per people looking at it. Free to get in, wasn't it? Didn't cost us anything.
Yeah,
so,
all free.
Again, if you are in the area or you planning on taking a trip,
well, even sort of Hancock stuff. There was so much Hancock stuff in there as well.
Of course.
Yeah, not just Steptoe. It was incredible. Yeah, I definitely, advise anyone if you're in that area, and you're a fan,
we could
go
put
and
the
have a look.
PDF on our social media as well. Gary, mind that? Do you think of all the stuff, or do you think they should get in touch with Gary?
They should. Well, what I'll do, I'll email Gary before we put anything on any of the photos, just in case, just to get his sort of approval, really.
Yeah, that's true. We're just thinking about trying to spread the word, really, as much as we can, because now they've spent this money or raised this money and spent the money on it. It'd be a shame for people not to. In our position where we've got several listeners, well, lots of listeners. Didn't mean to say
several.
Like that. I think we've got several hundreds of listeners. How many listeners we've got?
We do well on YouTube at the moment. I think we've got 300 and. I remember the days of talking about when we had about 50. We've got
just growing it, isn't it?
The dizzy heights of 338 subscribers.
Nice. Oh, that's good.
So yeah.
So yeah, if we can, if even a tenth of them, 30 people end up going to see it, then that's great, isn't it? It's what it's
Yeah,
about.
it's good.
Spread the word, definitely.
Excellent. And we are, as well as that, we are going to review an episode that we didn't review last year when we were doing series 7, because it links in with the archive.
Well, we did.
What
We asked for the scripts to be left out, didn't we? So we did have a good. So we looked through Robbery with Violence script,
Yeah,
which was great because that's one of our favourites, which we reviewed before. But we also asked for the Desperate Hours,
the
which I
Desperate Hours,
genuinely
yeah.
forgot the name of when I was talking to you off pod the other day, and I kicked myself. So I think I've got the script here. I think I took a photo of some of it. Let's have a look. I'm trying to see.
Yeah, we've got a photo of
Might
the
be fun to just see
front of the script. Yeah,
exactly
so
as. Or maybe we didn't take a picture inside then.
yeah, I mean, you took a picture of the front. I've got so it's 7th series, episode 7, The Desperate Hours. And the date I've got on this, I don't know if it's the air date or the film date. So it was Sunday, the 26th of March, 1972, Studio TC8.
Television Centre. Yeah.
Ah, there you go, Television Centre, right? And then we've got the producer, John Howard Davis. Our sort of loyal listeners will remember that when we had Harry Corbett's daughter Susanna on, she cited this episode as her favourite one, being
Yeah.
a fellow actress. She said this, and funny enough, I read that it was Galton and Simpson's favourite episode to film. So we've got.
So we're opening with a game of what
I think
are they actually playing?
is it cribbage?
Cribbage. No, have you ever played it?
Cribbage? No, I wouldn't have a clue. I know you've got little sort of markers that you move.
Oh, come on. It's your lead. It's not good. I can't play a skilled game like cribbage with these gloves on.
Well, take them off then.
If I do that, my fingers will be inside them. God blimey, it's worse than the Russian front, this house is.
It's nice of you to stay home and keep me company, Harold.
I can't afford to go out anywhere, can I? Look, I'm warning you, Dad. If we have another week like this, I'm turning it in. 30 bob we've made this week. It costs more than that to run the horse.
Oh, don't worry, something will turn up.
Yeah, my toes. We have much more of it.
So how would you describe this episode, like synopsis? Because I love how simple it is, and it's all set in one room.
It's a two-hander with another two, isn't it? Really, it's kind of you see the parallels. Basically, Steptoes are in the a severe case of no money, really on the downers, aren't they? Basically,
it's winter.
Having to put foreign coins into the box, to the electricity box, and obviously, we then have the arrival of two visitors, and things go from there. So not a lot happens, does it? But it's more about the interplay between the two sets of actors here, which
certainly. I've listened to like the radio version. I much prefer the TV version because like it's really visual. Like it starts off, they're playing cribbage, but Harold's got massive like gauntlet gloves on, and he's afraid if he takes them off, his fingers will come off with it because it's so cold.
Well, they're having to take it in turns to have the heater, aren't they, as well?
Yeah. I don't know if that's plugged in. It don't look like it.
No.
They're sat there. They're definitely on hard times here, and they sat there in the dark. Well, not the dark, but in the winter with blankets on. Yeah. So we've got the usual cast, and we're also joined by J.G. Devlin, Corbett Woodall is the newscaster voice. Tommy Vance.
Tommy Vance, yeah. We said, didn't we
Vance.
say he was a DJ?
Yeah,
or a singer, or
I think we were talking about this at the Institute when we Tommy Vance, I remember he was like an old school DJ. I assume it's the same one, but he's the voice. But then obviously we've got as Johnny Spooner, we've got Leonard Rossiter.
Yeah, it's the name Spooner there. It's quite nice.
No yeah, good link. Yeah. Do you know that J.G. Devlin, who plays Frank Ferris, the old guy in this, he was one of the first choices to play Albert Steptoe.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I was reading that in the Robert Ross book. Yeah, he was saying that originally Galton and Simpson had him down before Wilf Bramwell come on board.
Because he crops up in Dad's Army, doesn't he? He plays an IRA suspect in Dad's Army.
Oh, he does. Yeah, with the pretending he's got a twin brother or something.
Yeah, so he's got a twin brother. He's trying to trick him, isn't he? Yeah.
I didn't realise that was the same guy.
But this is a nice variation of the Steptoes competing in a game, isn't it? We've had Scrabble, we've had Monopoly, I think, and we've had
snooker,
badminton. So cribbage is a great line there. Gypsies kiss.
Yeah, oh yeah. You change those cards when I went for gypsies. When they sat around the table like that, I'd always we know like that's where they got it. It was reminds me of Bottom. When they're playing chess,
playing the chess game and having to like substitute stuff in,
and it like everything in the background like tells a story, doesn't it? You could just
they're using matchsticks there, aren't they? I think to sort of do the score. Is it matchsticks? I can't tell. Thought it was.
Yeah, I think it is, isn't it? Yeah, so they put in. Do you know what? We should have learned cribbage, really, shouldn't we?
We should. It reminded me when I used to play cards with my granddad, like very young, about 7 or 8. We used to play for matches. Don't know why. It's just a thing we did. So rather than like playing for money or anything, we'll just play for matches.
Give a kid matches, yeah.
Well, yeah. Think about it now, yeah.
They probably did back in the day because money was scarce, wasn't it? So
yeah, that's it.
So I think now they owe money to everyone, don't they? The Chinese restaurant, Chinese takeaway, the phone bill, gas bill. I think everything's just mounting up in it. And so I suppose like totting in the winter, that's bloody hard work, isn't it?
It's similar to the siege of Steptoe Street a bit, isn't it? Yeah, where they're kind of very, very in debt. But this time it's not going to be the bailiffs. It's going to be 2 convicts knocking on the door.
Yeah. Well, the this one as well, it gives like Harry a chance because he goes off on these flights of fancy, like he's talking about the rubber plant, and he was like saying to his dad, "Why couldn't you have been a millionaire in India or something?" Or I can't remember where he said it was, in Africa maybe. And he goes off on like this character like Carruthers, and he's like, "I'm off to wash the elephant."
Yeah.
Here you are, Carruthers. Come on, old chap. Come on, Carruthers. It's well past sundown, time for our choter peg. Oh, put the flag down, that's a good chap. Oh, the Queen, God bless her. By heavens, I'll be glad when the wubber's all in and the natives have bounced it down to Kuala Lumpur. Do you know, Carruthers, it's been estimated that from our estate alone we produce enough wubber to make 100 million prophylactics.
Yeah, disgusting.
Yeah, you don't even know what they are. You think it's syrup of figs, mate. Yes, I think we can be proud of what we're doing. Oh, well, I think I'll turn in. It's Sunday tomorrow. Must be up nice and early to wash the elephant.
You don't half talk about cobblers at times, don't you?
Oh, it's the sun, old boy. I went out this morning without my helmet.
Yeah, we talked about this, haven't we? And it's very much a later thing. He didn't do so much in the first few series. I think when sort of came back in the 70s. I don't know if he was given carte blanche to sort of do what he liked, or he just sort of felt, okay, I'm just going to go slightly different with it.
Yeah. Again, it's that bad. Like,
it's all right. I don't love it. I'll be honest. It's one of those things. It kind of, I guess, if you get the references he's making, like now, it doesn't make a lot of sense. Some of the stuff he's talking about because it's very dated, isn't it? Like, and some of the impersonations he does. If you didn't know him, you'd be lost. So
the political ones. Like, I think he's talking about who's the prime minister at this time. So
Harold Wilson, no, so to be Ted Heath.
Ted Heath,
Ted Heath.
So Ted Heath, and he's talking about he's worried, he's worrying himself to death over the unemployed, and he's lighting the Romeo and Juliet. So what was this, 1972? So how much did things cost around about this time? What was going on in Britain?
And again, just the background set is just full of stuff. The tuba, the gramophone. I wonder if it's the gramophone from Musical Evening.
Oh God, yeah, it could be. Yeah, it's got to be so. So yeah, so what else is going on in Britain around about this time? So it's not much good news really. You got the troubles in Northern Ireland. You got Bloody Sunday.
High, wouldn't it? Yeah.
In the aftermath, you got the IRA activity. You've got the Scarman Tribunal. Sports-wise, Tottenham Hotspur beat Wolverhampton Wanderers 2-1.
All right.
But
in the FA Cup.
Leeds United won the FA Cup for the
Leeds
first
won the
time.
FA Cup. Yeah.
Yeah, May the 6th, they defeated Arsenal 1-0. Moon landing, while not a British event, the Apollo 16 mission, which has included a lunar landing on April the 21st, was a significant global event. And then we've got the Cashbox Top 100 #1 singles in April 72, included A Horse with No Name by America, Rockin'
great
Robin,
song.
Rockin' Robin by Michael Jackson,
Oh, yeah.
and Roberta Flack, The First Time I Ever Saw Your Face. Some good music.
Interesting. Yeah. Nice.
Good
So the
tune.
lights have just gone out in the cottage, and they've actually done it as well, haven't they? They've sort of really dimmed the studio lights, and it works quite effectively. So that when Harry lights a candle,
Yeah.
it obviously I guess it's a studio light that goes up, but it's all timed pretty well. So is that a transistor radio he's got there?
Yeah, it's a little transistor thing because I noticed it's on at the start of the episode. It cuts out, and then it just cuts in, doesn't it? Like every so often, like you have the news flash. So it's good timing that it works for the news flash, and it just basically says about the two escaped convicts.
Yeah.
Can you remember their names? So we got Johnny Spooner,
and we did look it up, didn't we?
Frank Ferris.
That's it, Frank Ferris. Okay. Wonder if that's got any link to Bob Ferris and the Leica lads. This would have been on at the same time.
Yeah, it's a good transition, brilliant acting as we've said before. But when they come in, they both seem really menacing, and you genuinely believe they could death the old man over the head, and then it changes.
Oh, it's sinister, isn't it? Yeah. It's pretty full on. And it's just unexpected as well, isn't it? Because the old man goes to the door, and and Harry's there doing these other bits, and then all of a sudden,
Wait a minute. There's a Yugoslavian one here with a hole in the middle.
That'll do.
No, it won't. It's too small.
Oh, so it'll move over. Let's see.
Who's that at this time of night?
I expect it's Prince Philip.
Cool.
Yes, I asked him round to supper. How should I know it is? Go and see. I'll do this. And shut the door. The Scudos. No, they're not good. 5 guilders. No, it's too big. Pfennigs. Here, they look the right size. They work. Here, that's good news. 20 pfennig fits perfectly. Here, Dad, them pfennigs, they're just like... Who are you?
One move and the old man gets it. This is not a fairy wonder got here, you know.
No, it's a bit of pipe from Arkazi.
Yeah.
Who are you? What are you doing here?
You just do as you're told and nobody will get hurt.
Is there anybody else here?
No, it's just me and my dad. Let him go.
Stay where you are.
I don't hit him. He's an old man.
And don't try anything.
Was it just reading this? Apparently Ray Galton, when they were sort of talking about it in an interview, he was saying about around about that time, just before Harry. This is him. I quote: "Harry was getting very lazy. I thought he had coasted through a few of that series, so that's series 7. It's not surprising. I mean, after 10 years of playing the same part, he was getting stylized. I think he was probably getting bored and a bit frustrated by that stage. It wasn't a challenge anymore." And he says about basically when Leonard Rossiter comes into it, he realizes, he's got a fight on his hands. Yeah, this is a guy who could act him off the screen. If he's not careful. I think I mentioned that to Susanna Corbett as well. I said you could sort of feel he ups his game.
Yeah, very much. I mean, Leonard he hadn't done Rising Damp just yet, but he'd become quite big, hadn't he? He'd done 2001, Space Odyssey, Oliver. I mean, he actually looks fairly young in comparison to Rigsby, doesn't he? Obviously, Rigsby's only a few years away.
Yeah,
you got to remember Rigsby's a character, isn't he? He's obviously not, not real Leonard Rossiter, but
he's bigger than that, and he's they age him quite well for Rigsby, don't they? With the cardy and
and sort of stubble and what have you. Yeah,
because it always amazes me whenever you see him with the top off, or you think he's pretty trim and he's in good shape.
Oh gosh, yeah.
He's not an ounce of fat on him.
He used to play badminton, he'd play really, really well and very competitively, and he sort of wouldn't hold back.
And there's an interview in there with who plays Philip? What's his name?
Oh, Don Warrington.
Don Warrington, he says about, because he was a lot younger at the time, and he thought, right, I'll play badminton, I'll hammer him now, I'll beat him at this because he's a better actor than me. And then he said he couldn't compete with
No,
Rossiter. He said he just couldn't. Yeah.
So has
Was it
Johnny got
badminton
like
or was it
a?
squash? Might have been squash.
Might have been squash, perhaps actually, mate. Yeah, thinking about it. But yeah, Johnny's got an iron pipe, I think, hasn't he? Which looks could do some damage.
Yeah, a bit of lead
Whether
pipe
he's
in
got
that.
that in the yard or not, maybe he has been picked up in the yard. Sort of thing they'd have lying around. I mean, this is great, isn't it? Give me your car. We ain't got a car.
Yeah. Well, you got a garage outside. He goes, that's a stable.
Horse. Make an escape on horseback. Not highwayman time, is it?
No. Yeah, it's that the way like Devlin delivers it as well. He's like, we can't make a getaway on a
Yeah.
horse, Johnny. He goes, Dick Turpin did.
Yeah.
It's such a short episode as well, but you learn about, Johnny Spoon. He's tried to escape. You learn about his, but he was held back by the old man. And then, when they first met, he was a bank clerk, and it goes through how the old man sort of turned him, bent in a way, crooked. And it's good how they do that. And then it's obviously, you can see that it's a similar setup with Harold and Albert.
And it's something they've never done before. It's a truly unique episode, isn't it? We've never seen a parallel between these characters and others out there in the real world. So it's a very original idea. And I'm not saying Galton Simpson was starting to reuse ideas fully, but there were sort of like, hints of things that have gone before.
Yeah, like holidays and Christmas and things.
Holidays, the Skepto's being scammed by someone or what have you. But this is truly unique, isn't it? I'd love to know the inspiration. It's been a while since I've read Robert Ross's book, so I'm guessing he might say in there. But
yeah, well, I think they did say Galton Simpson slightly admit to plagiarism a bit because what's that film with Sidney Poitier?
Guess who's coming to dinner?
It might come to me a bit anyway, but yeah, I'm sure they said they were inspired by that about the the escaped convicts idea.
Yeah.
And then they end up sort of taking hostages.
Interesting. Yeah. You see, Len's performance here again. I wouldn't say he changes his role fully for every time. He's not like Gary Oldman or someone like that who just becomes a completely different person. But he does play it sinisterly in this, doesn't he? And
definitely,
there's a sort of hint of desperation about him. And he's not Rigsby, he's not Reggie Perrin at all.
He's not Welsh Huey as he appeared previously
it's a
Lead
real
Rancomer.
Believable performance, isn't it? And
definitely. Well, there's the bit where he grabs Harold by the lapel, and it's like it's obviously good acting, but you do. I'm sure Harry looks a bit shocked. It's like he grabs him and drags him in.
Okay, we're doing this tonight.
And he's like, "Oh, okay." Because one of the pictures I think you took was of. So it's the front script, and so this is we were saying when we about the recording schedule. So we've got 10:30 to 1, 10:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. camera rehearsal, 1 till 2 lunch break. We've got 2 till 6:30 camera rehearsal, 6:30 to 7:30 dinner break, 7:30 to 8 sound and vision lineup, and then 8 till 9:30 recording.
Nice.
So you basically got 10 hours before they record.
Yeah.
That's a long day, especially, they're not youngsters, are they?
No. I mean, J.G. Devlin, is he probably a little bit, looks a little bit older than Wolf Bramble? But
he's got to be late 60s, isn't he?
Yeah.
I just got to the bit where he's eating the porridge and
with the lumps in.
Leave the lumps in. I like lumps. Yeah, but he's loving it. It shows again, doesn't it? Like they grew up, the older guys in this grew up during the Depression, which would have been 30s, and they had nothing, food was scarce. I remember my great grandpa sort of talking about the 30s, and he was, I think he was sort of like late teens, early 20s, round about that time, and he always used to say, he said no one had anything, but he said everyone was happier because it was like no one was jealous of another person. They weren't, I've
No,
got
that's
this,
it.
you haven't got
Everyone's the
that.
same,
He
yeah.
said everyone mucked in. There was hard times, but you did what you could to
This is
get
it.
by.
This is it,
Eating
yeah.
lumpy porridge.
So there's like a literal thawing here, isn't there, of tension, and also they're warming themselves up. So it's kind of like the Harry and Wilf, Albert and Harold have sort of shown them a little bit of kindness. Well,
Yeah.
had to, haven't they? Really. And yeah, the convicts are starting to sort of lower the threat a little bit, aren't they?
Yeah, it just shows, doesn't it? Like with because they start off as you say, like mean and quite, we're going to rob these people, and then they sort of realize, hang on, we're probably better off inside than they are outside. They're working, the food they got moldy bread, lumpy porridge.
Yeah.
They can't. What do you say? Go down to the Chinese restaurant. He goes, no, put it on the slate. No, they brought that in.
Yeah.
It's where he lights a fag and starts looking at Charlie the goldfish, doesn't he?
Yeah. What are these like grilled?
Yeah. No, not Charlie. No. He's only magnified. God, grilled goldfish. Oh.
God, no, nothing in that, is there at all?
Okay, he's getting right in there, any Harry H. Corbett. He's like right up against Leonard.
Yep. I mean, he's a good half a foot taller than him, isn't he? He's actually no, that's because he was stooping. No,
Oh,
actually,
he's
probably about the same height. Actually, yeah. Yeah. They died around the same time, though. Just looking at it recently. I think Len went in
82?
'84. Yeah, and
Harry went in
Harry
82.
Harry went '82, and then Len went '84. So
Both heart
both in
attacks,
the
weren't they?
both in the '50s and heart attacks. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's another idea of someone who's in a lower social status, let's say, rejecting something from someone with a higher social status is Victor Meldrew and the tramp with the Noel Evans sweater.
Oh,
He finds the sweater, doesn't he? He's like, even I'm not going to wear that.
yeah, he's looking at it by the bench, isn't he?
Yeah,
He's like, yeah, I might be homeless, but I'm not going to bloody wear that.
similar here, isn't it? These guys are in a desperate situation, but actually, the steptoe's life is worse than theirs, probably. Then they get in prison, so they might as well go back to prison. So,
Yeah, because he comments, doesn't he, the Johnny Spoon, he said, like, he looked at the food, he's like, if they serve that inside, there'd be a riot.
yeah,
He's like, I think I might as well give myself up.
yeah,
But yeah, that radio kicks in every so often, doesn't it?
yes.
It kicks in, and it shows about the no, they hear sirens, don't they? I think they hear sirens going past, and then
Well, for years, I had only
panic.
ever seen a clip of this. I had still got it at BBC Great Comedy Moments VHS, and it has this bit, it has a clip of this episode, and it comes in just as they hear the sirens. So
Right.
I'd sort of seen that scene or that bit of the episode several times before I watched the full episode. So I do remember it a lot more. Something just sticks in your mind a lot more. So
That's good. I remember the VHSs used to bring out like you'd have like clips, wouldn't you, of like
yeah,
80s sitcoms, 70s sitcoms, and
yeah.
yeah, they were brilliant. They were because it would introduce you to something you've never seen. You think, oh, that looks good, and then
Oh, that's it. It's like I've seen some Marty Feldman stuff, which I'd never have watched.
yeah, is
He was
that the guy with the
interesting.
eyes?
Yeah, he had a disease came on later in life, made his eyes very exaggerated, but he's very, very funny comedy actor. Same with Les Dawson and some of his stuff.
Yeah.
And name escapes me. There's another guy. He looks a bit like John Le Mesurier, but he's not. It's not him.
Oh, okay.
Tell you his name in a minute. It comes back to me.
So the producer of this we mentioned, John Howard Davis. He also did. It's quite interesting. He did Oliver Twist.
All right, yeah.
He did Mr. Bean.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Uh,
wow. All them years later, yeah.
1990. He also did in '69 Monty Python's Flying Circus.
Ah, okay.
It's a
Yeah,
good
yeah.
back catalogue.
That's not bad at all, is it? Yeah.
But Mr.
Dick Emery.
Bean,
That's what I'm thinking of. Dick Emery.
Dick Emery. Oh, okay, yeah.
So there's a couple of sketches of his on this VHS, which yeah, good.
So we're at the bit now. This is where it's really rampant. You've got it's bizarre. You've got Harold and Albert giving him advice on how they can get away, like go up Scrubs Lane or do Cambridge. And it's like, but Harold's just completely absorbed now in that relationship where
Yeah.
the convicts is the old man is just dragging the younger one down.
Yeah.
He's quite brutal, isn't he, in this? But he says about like if like birds, birds flying along. If one dies, you just go and everyone carries on.
Yeah.
Survival of the fittest.
Yeah. I suppose it's giving him a way of voicing these things to somebody else for a change rather than just having to go to the old man. He's seen the parallel, hasn't he? And he's beside himself with joy that someone else is going through the same thing he's going through.
Yeah, and he's trying to convince him
Dracula's a better father.
Yeah, he goes. He's worse than Dracula. He goes. He's at it all. You're at it all day as well. He goes. You're a ponce.
Great line.
I do like he does like sad and desperate so well, doesn't he, Wilf Bramble? He's like, I've lived a life of drudgery. Yeah, I might as well be dead. He goes, I pull my weight. He goes, yeah, all 6 stone of it. The script in this is brilliant.
It is, isn't it? It's just zinger after zinger. It's just brilliant. Harold's just said, "Oh yeah, I could have had a career in medicine," and Albert's just said, well, "That saved a few lives, isn't it?"
Yeah. God, I mean that's aiming high. I mean he couldn't have been a doctor, could he?
Yeah, no,
that is aiming a bit high for Harry.
A bit high for him, isn't it?
Harold.
Yeah, that's the sirens. If you got to that bit as well, sirens just gone on.
But like I've always said on but like the best test of any sitcom is when you've just got one room, even if it's just like episodes of other sitcoms where you just have the one actor, it shows how good they are at getting the script across and even working with the props and stuff. I noticed the beer again looks different.
Yeah. Okay.
The arms look different on the beer.
Maybe a stand-in on for this one. Maybe he was on his holidays.
Do you know what? I've driven myself almost insane trying to track this beer down, but I'm convinced now. I'm sure there was 2 beers because there's one like one of the paws is held up quite high as if he's sort of like pointing, and then on other episodes like the paws are together like in line.
Yeah, interesting.
And these are like, do you remember that Museum of Comedy London? They said they had the original one there. And then we traced it, and then there was a pub down in Cornwall that had it, or claimed to have it.
Nice.
But I'm convinced that it must have been 2.
Yeah. Well, I've just had a bit of a crazy in-universe idea here. This is completely off the rails, but Spooner here takes the bear with him, keeps on the run, and opens up a guest house up the north and changes his name to Rigsby.
That's brilliant. Yeah, because obviously
and lives undercover. Yeah,
because you've got the link as well, the skeleton in this and in Rising Dam.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. God, sorry, the skeleton I meant to say, not the bear, the skeleton. Yeah, so he takes the skeleton with him. That's it. Yeah.
He's because what does Rigsby say? Goes, who's this to Alan? He goes, who's this? Your last patient or something, or the lodger. That's it.
The lodger. Who's this? The lodger.
Starved to death. So yeah, I've done about you. I've got to a bit now where like Johnny Spoon has decided that he's going to have to take the old man. The guilt would eat him up too much if he just left him and ran off. He's offered him £1,000 in a what say in a locker at Waterloo or something. It's £1,000, but the old man just wants to go. I wonder why that is. I think because does he just want to stay with him, just as company, a bit like Harold and Albert.
It's the idea in it that he can't quite bring himself to actually do it. He feels obliged to sort of keep him company, have a guilty conscience. He doesn't really want that, does he? So it shows there's great in everyone, isn't there? There's good in everyone, even 2 convicts, that have they're doing their time. Actually, there's still a camaraderie between the 2 of them.
Similarity with Devlin and Bramble as well. But I mean, they're both getting on, both Irish actors, both about the same sort of stance, and they.
Yeah. In another universe, he would be a great
Yeah,
Albert, wouldn't he? He would work very well.
Yeah, like I said, no one could do the same as Wilf Bramall, but I think looking at this, I think he could have got close. Devlin. I think would have been a good.
Very much.
That does come out, but the one thing I do like as well is the ending to this is where the escaped convicts end up lending him money. He puts money in the machine.
Yeah,
and you
that's it.
think, who's robbed who here? It's like, and again we end on like a quite poignant note. He's acted totally different, Corbett, as soon as Devlin and Rossiter left.
Yep.
He's just like different body language, and he's sort of like gone a bit muted.
Very much. And yeah, we do actually break from that set, don't we? And we go to we see the prison cell, which is an interesting little aside, isn't it? I suppose it's to show the parallel, isn't it? There's no audio, is there? There's no speaking. It's just dialogue. It's just you just see them going back to the cells.
I do like that because the first couple of times I watched it, I'd sort of either turn it off or it'd cut before that. I'd never seen like the end. It looks a bit like Porridge, doesn't it, with Ronnie Barker?
Yeah.
They cut straight back to prison. You see like the old man, he's happy to be there, isn't he?
He is. Very much so.
Do you think Harold ever went to visit him like he said?
I'd like to think so, yeah. It's not a promise you'd make lightly, is it? I think he could see the dilemma he's in. He's in the same situation to him that he's, for want of a better phrase, stuck with an older person that he kind of, wants to break free from. So, yeah, I think he would do.
Yeah.
Interesting. But yeah, stellar episode, that, isn't it?
All right, so that's a 9 out of 10 at least for me. Yeah, it's definitely standout, like you say. Yeah, it's just for having Rossiter in it again. I know he was in, like we said, Lead Man Cometh as well, Shuey, but he seems older in that episode, even though it was years before. I think it's probably the black and white.
It does add something to it, doesn't it? I think it when you see people in colour on the TV, definitely makes them appear younger or whatever.
Yeah, he does seem younger. I mean, yeah, it must have been about 8 years between it, but
yeah, easily.
Definitely.
I mean, it was series 3, so that'd be 64, and then it's just 72. So yeah, it's a good, close to a decade later, isn't it?
One of your top 3 episodes, would you say?
I would say, yeah. I think I said to you before, series 7 is very hard to pick between them, but I think having Leonard Rossiter, and I've particularly in later years, I've really grown to appreciate the body of Leonard Rossiter's work. And you can watch this again now, having seen him play Rigsby, having seen him play Reggie Perrin, and you can see what he's doing here. He's just he's kind of making the sitcom his own, only for half an hour, but he really owns the episode.
Oh, he
so
does.
I think it's just added something else to it for me to be able to kind of appreciate this one.
I like with that episode. I sometimes wonder imagine that was the last ever episode of Steptoe. I think that would have worked well.
That'd be a great sign-off, wouldn't it?
The way it ends. Because what's the last one? It's the Christmas party, and
and you see Harold finally escape. That's the idea, isn't he? Finally, because he tricks the old man into going abroad while he goes to Bognor with his girl in the car. And he gets a car from nowhere somewhere. Oh no, she's got the car, hasn't she?
She's got, yeah. But no, I think that would have been a good sort of sign-off. Good goodbye.
Well, it just shows that he's not alone in the world, is he? That there are other people in his situation.
Yeah.
And even, from a very different walk of life, like I say, 2 convicts are in the same position. And they give up the chance to escape purely because they can see that actually they're better off together. Well, Johnny gives up the chance to escape, doesn't he? Because he sees that he can't leave him alone. So
no, whether it's almost like he's got no choice. But
there's some quite deep stuff going on here. Galton Simpson, like I say, weren't very. There's nothing on the nose really here. There's a lot of deeper meaning to everything that they've written. It's very well thought out, isn't it? And
the bit about the euthanasia they bring up as well, don't they?
Yeah. And there's also a line about abortion clinics, wasn't there? It could have been a string of abortion clinics, which again, it's done as a joke, but actually, again, it's quite a dark topic to go towards, isn't it? But it just kind of works.
They're not afraid of the dark, death.
No, the dark and seedy, and Yeah, that's it. I suppose at the
Not
time,
afraid to go there.
abortion clinics, people were leaning towards them, and it was very much a taboo thing, wasn't it? So, but yeah,
See, he mentions as well, Harold, like the when he's doing one of his impressions, he says about like the rubber. He says we've made enough rubber this year to make 1,000 prophylactics or something like that. And then
I must have missed that. I never picked up on that. Okay,
and then the
yeah,
old
I can
man
see that now.
the old man looks confused, and then how it goes, you don't even know what I can't even say it, prophylactics are. But I'm sure there's an episode in Faulty Towers like that, and they mention the prophylactic
Yeah,
emporium.
yeah, they say the prophylactic. Yeah, that's
I think
the
it's the Lloyd's, isn't it?
Richard Davis, the Welsh guy. He says it, doesn't he? Yeah, we'll
Yeah.
try that one by the prophylactic emporium.
It's just
Because
so
they're about to
random to
leave,
put
aren't
in,
they?
isn't it? Just
It
like,
is. It's. There's also in Faulty Towers the sex doll, isn't there? There's a bloke with a blow up
yeah,
sex
he's
doll.
blowing it
Like,
actually, yeah.
which again, like, for a mainstream 70s sitcom, that's very, very
I remember
risque. But
watching it in the 90s and being like thinking, oh God, is that what I think it is? Or dear.
yeah, I suppose it just shows that all sorts goes on in hotels, doesn't it? So
God. Yeah, linked to Del Boy there, isn't it? With the
oh
dolls.
yeah,
The blow
Pepsi
up
and
one.
Shirley. Pepsi
Yeah.
and Shirley calls them. Yeah,
You can't have names like Leslie Linda and Erotic Estelle. Can't if
I
you got
love
the
that
right
bit.
shops.
Yeah. I love the bit where they bump into the old guy outside and they have to sort of pretend.
Oh, Mr. Cooper.
Evening, Clayton. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
Clayton
good.
Cooper.
Yeah,
Evening,
it's
ladies.
good.
Oh, good evening.
But no, that is a good. Yeah, so Desperate Hours, like you said, that's definitely in my top three.
Okay,
Um,
yeah, great.
yeah, definitely. But yeah, it is a good. What's that? That's series 7, episode 7. Did we say?
Yeah, so the last one in the series. No, was it the last one? Was it the last one in the series, and then they had the Christmas special?
Yeah, perhaps that's why I always think of it as like the would have been a good last one because it was close to the end of that series. So,
yeah, it was.
oh, I do need to give, like I said, I'll when we release the episode, I'll put as long as we get permission, the pictures on socials. But do you remember I was saying to you there is an excellent pod that gave us a shout out called
Yes.
the Ninth Degree Pod, which
Yeah, very
is
much.
yeah, it reviews and sort of not analyzes, but it does go through and adds a lot of detail to Inside Number 9.
Which is a favourite of mine. I absolutely love anything League of Gentlemen esque. And obviously, it's not quite League of Gentlemen fully because you haven't got Mark Gettis and Jeremy Dyson. But yeah,
No,
you've got two of them, which is better than none. So yeah, Reese and Steve were just fantastic in that. Great stuff.
but no, definitely I'm
Thank you,
about
guys.
5 or 6 episodes in.
Yeah,
It's quite an easy listen as well. But no, it's definitely worth a shout if you're a League of Gentlemen or Inside Number 9 fan.
just noticed they brought out League of Gentlemen on Blu-ray for the first time.
Blu-ray.
So that'll be interesting. Blu-ray. He's
Blu-ray.
doing well. Yeah.
Yeah, got big in China, Blu-ray.
He used to be flogging DVDs. He used to be flogging films from the back of his car. Yeah,
Yeah, I was saying
bad.
Nissan Sunny or something.
Nissan Sunny, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what, I seen did I send you that thing the other day about Peter Kay and he's struggling a bit, I think, isn't he, with the shows? He's
We were
touring at the
discussing,
minute.
were we? Tom, and yourself and I. We were sort of thinking, yeah, maybe I don't know. It's not. It's a tough one, isn't it? Because things move on. Comedy moves on. He had that spell where he wasn't doing stuff for a while. I don't know. I feel like if he gets back to writing a sitcom again, maybe you can get some fresh ideas in there. I can't speak fully because I haven't seen it. It could just be as good, and it might just be a few people. I think the trouble these days is journalists look for anything that's negative and go, "Oh,
Yeah.
right, that's a story." And it's lazy journalism, really, isn't it? Because you just get
Oh,
people's
it's really,
opinions.
yeah.
If you think back 30, 40 years, where would we be if we listened to everyone's opinion about everything? It's
Oh,
like, well,
yeah. You wouldn't do anything, would you?
nothing would happen, would it? And
No.
not everyone's going to like everything that everyone does. So I do feel there's a little bit of that going on. But yeah, like I say, I had the chance to go see him. I was offered. I just wasn't that. But I've seen him for 15 years ago on his tour that doesn't tour, which was great.
Excellent.
But if he's still doing the playing the shovel bit, and obviously he's done that before, so I guess that if that's kind of getting a little bit samey for some people.
Well, yeah, like I prefer him like when he's doing, when he's playing a comedy character. When, like I said, his stand up is good, but I think he's it is nostalgic humor in
Yeah.
it, and he's only so long you can do that. You can't keep doing the garlic bread joke and he's brilliant in his
True.
day, but I just think that's a bit repetitive. But like with that Peter Kay thing. Which is called that.
Yeah,
And then
different
like it was
characters, isn't
brilliant.
it?
Phoenix Nights,
It was
incredible, as we know,
nice.
and stuff. Like, I
Yeah.
think that's him at his best. And then like
Car
Max and
share. Car
Paddy,
share was good.
Car
I
Share,
think he played a much
amazing.
more natural version of himself there. He wasn't really hamming
Yeah,
it up at all, but it was just a very warm comedy, wasn't it? Max and Paddy, yeah, like you
Max and
say.
Paddy. Yeah, that's what worries me
Um,
about. I've never seen him live. I would, but
Have you not? Oh, okay. All right. Yeah.
I just
Yes.
think, yeah, I think he's stand up. I think he peaked about 10 years ago.
If you've seen them on
Maybe more.
DVD, then I'd probably say you know. Well, I don't know. You may not be missing much, but if you've never seen him live,
Yeah,
then yeah, I don't know. It's. I'm glad I did see him. We did have tickets to see him before he cancelled when he got ill. Or not, sorry, he got ill. He had to stop for whatever reason. We don't know why he got ill, why he cancelled. But yeah. So we had tickets for that, and then we didn't obviously couldn't go. Well, there was no show. And then yeah, we never looked into it again, other than someone offered me a ticket. But yeah, it's good he's still doing it. I mean, he could have easily taken the money and run. He probably
yeah.
doesn't need the money, does he? But
No, no,
uh,
God, no. He's made enough.
yeah, he's
Yeah.
lost a lot of weight as well, hasn't he? Which is really good. I think he, obviously maybe whatever reason, he yeah, just sort of got on top of that. Not suggesting that people have to lose weight, but yeah, I think
No,
he felt that
I think
balance.
he's one of those, so he looks jollier when he's got a bit of weight on him. I think
It is
he
different
looks
seeing him, isn't it? It's
happier.
like, in Chris
Mm.
Moyles when he lost a lot of weight, he looked very different for a while, and you
It
get used to
suits a
it,
lot of
don't you?
people, doesn't
But
it? Some people it just suits,
mm,
rather than
yeah,
being
it's
roped
true.
thin.
Imagine if you'd seen, Ronnie Barker, if he'd lost a load of weight, that would have been odd, wouldn't it? You
Yeah,
couldn't
it
imagine
just
him
wouldn't have
being
been
a
right.
slim guy.
You
Yeah,
can
that's
imagine Skinny Fletcher.
skinny flat. Yeah, or skinny arc, right?
Oh
Yeah.
God, yeah, Fletcher. But no. So, what do you think was that episode? Any standout lines or favorite bits in it for you?
Um, I just think I think the opening bit is great. I like the interactions with the playing. Like I say, you fiddle that when I went for a gypsies, or you changed that when you went for gypsies. The
Yeah,
suspicion runs deep, doesn't it, between the two of them?
there's.
Trying to, the constant failings of for the Steptoes in terms of what they can offer the convicts.
Mm.
First they want the car, they can't give them a car. First they're gonna take some food, we ain't got any food. We've got a light, no, ain't got a light. It's kind of all these things. All these things are kind of falling apart for them, which I think is great. It's really well done.
Mm.
Um, and yeah, like I said, the humility at the end, just the parallels between the two being trapped, but actually moaning about it, but deep down, kind of knowing it's the right thing to do to stick by each other. So yeah.
Honor
What
amongst
about
thieves.
what about yourself?
Yeah, pretty much the same. I mean, bit this sticks out for me is probably the we can't make a getaway on a horse, Johnny. I
Yeah,
just say, and then he goes, Dick Turpin did. He's like, I don't know. He's just like
the
you're the
optimism
audience
there.
roaring.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, and yeah, it's just because I was quite. I remember, I think I watched it with my dad when I was quite young, and then it always stuck out to me how poor they were at the start. And you think that,
Mm,
scraping the mold off the bread and lumpy porridge, and Albert
mm.
just seems content with it. Like, he doesn't actually seem that bothered as Harry.
Well,
Um,
yeah, he seems like he's lived that life before, in
mm.
the depression era or whatever. So maybe he's
He's
more
just, I
more
think his
accustomed
attitude's
to it.
just get on with it, whereas Harold's attitude is it's got to be something better.
True.
I think but this episode, I think it explain, shows their relationship. Obviously, the interplay with Rossiter, Devlin, Devlin and
Mm,
and Bramble, excellent together. And you've got Corbett trying to outdo Rossiter, and the effortless acting, really, even though they put a lot of effort into it. just looks natural, doesn't it?
It does. It's like a stage play, really, isn't it? Yeah, you can imagine those things taking that on the stage, and it's much more wordy. It's not relying on sight gags or pratfalls or anything like that. Slapstick humor. It is just wordplay and building and building and building. And
I would have loved to
tragedy,
have been in that audience. Can you imagine sitting there with that going on?
It would be special, wouldn't it? Very much. I think all of Series 7, if you saw anything in Series 7, anything set to at all, but particularly Series 7, just stellar after stellar episode. It's interesting you said that they said they thought Harry was coasting because maybe, I don't know, maybe he just felt more comfortable in the role and or perhaps it's the writing of the episodes and not so much his acting by that point. But for whatever reason, it comes together perfectly. I think, Harry's definitely not a weak link in any of those. They are fantastic episodes because of him, just as much because of him as he is Wolf. So, yeah, interesting they felt that. I think as a fan, I didn't see that at all.
No, I didn't notice. I mean, he does do an interview, and I've seen it. It's on YouTube. I can't remember who it was with, and it's not a nice interview because the interviewer keeps going on about being typecast, and you can see Harry's face sort of drops a bit when he brings it up, and I think he said something like that. Once a character hasn't got any more development or stops changing, then that's when, as an actor, you're sick of that character because you don't want a character that doesn't evolve, doesn't change. And then you're just basically doing like a pantomime sort of thing each week. So I think they say he was coasting in a way, but I think that's probably how the character would have felt. The fact that he was forever 39, forever trying to get away. Getting serious now, aren't we?
Yeah,
but the character, I mean, years and years of trying to get away, and the old man dragging you down. I suppose that's how he would have felt.
Yeah, very, very much so. Very much so.
Yeah. So what are we going to review next, mate?
Well, there's obviously several episodes we haven't done, is there? So we can pick around, or if anyone, listening wants to let us know what we should do, that'd be good as well. Yeah. Do a fan episode, or even come on if you want to join us and have a chat for an episode.
Give us a nudge on the socials on Twitter, Steppod and Son, or Insta, or even Blue Sky, Steppod and Son.
Yeah, it's been nice reviewing the episode again because it's been a while since we've done an episode, isn't it? It's been a few months. We've been focusing on chatting to people, which is great, but obviously just getting back to an episode is great. It's always great to be taking a trip to Oil Drum Lane. And,
that's it. Yeah, God, yeah. Virtually, whereas we took
seeing what they're up to this week. Yeah.
Whereas we took a physical trip up to York.
Very
excellent. But no, I definitely have to go back up there again. And like we said to anyone, if you get a chance, go and see the archives, the Borthwick Institute.
Lydia, wasn't it, that we spoke to?
Yeah, Lydia really helpful. Yeah. So if not, Gary Brannan.
Gary Brannan. Yeah, be nice to meet Gary.
Definitely help you out.
We've chatted on the pod, haven't we? But yeah, it'd be great to actually meet him in person as well. So he's been fantastic for us.
Cheers, Si. Anything to add?
No, I think that's great. Thank you very much. And like we say, if anyone's got suggestions, do let us know. And if anyone fancies a visit, get in touch with Gary.
Thanks for listening, all.
Hi, this is Susanna Corbett. Thanks for downloading Steppod and Son.
Hello and welcome to Steppod and Son, a podcast based at Mews Cottage, 26A, Old Drum Lane, Shepherd's Bush. This is the home of the world's most famous rag and bone men, or as Harold would say,
salvage recovery operative.
My name's Darren.
And I'm his co-host Si, also known as 2 of the 3 Convenios podcasts that we co-host along with the amazing Tom from One Foot in the Podcast.
We hope you enjoy listening. Please check out the pod on Spotify, Insta, Twitter and all other platforms.